of course, could go into the hands of Nuclear in the mid lane. He was a Kiana one-trick for a while, so has experience with those AD mid laners. Of course, Kiana and Renex in slightly different playstyles across the board. Immediately, okay. We have Varus Lulu, and then we have Talia Sivir coming in from Schalke.
Okay, the Sivir caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. Medic, can you have a look up Neon's Sivir stat? Because I feel like that he actually is a bit of a tough win.
We saw yesterday. All right, Nocturne, pretty good counter pick, but right now, okay.
Okay, that is an interesting one.
That gotta be a mistake.
I wasn't watching the timer very closely, and we'll have to find out after the fact.
With the curtain call opening up the game.
Now, Kazi has played this champion 4 times this year, and he's only won once on that pick. So, needs to look if he can increase the...
So Tristana Brown will be a very powerful bot lane for G2, lacking a little bit of AP damage, so I would love to see that Viego go towards the top side and pick a mage here, 4 caps in the mid lane, but that's in Italy. We talked about AP junglers, and 2 hours might...
A lot of her power, at least delay her power. So my question now is, how do Rogue shut her down?
That's
and I've just looked at the draft. Yeah.
That's a Fiddlesticks.
Lucian Fiddlesticks. Usually
potential flex on the table for Fnatic might not have been ideal. They're now banning away things like the Tristana. Maybe another lane dominant champion could hit the bench as well. Varsity champion we haven't seen as much of today, but can still be very powerful early on. We're going to see where Fnatic want to focus with these first 3 champions.
Much sense right here from Nuclear. He's an amazing Rise player, especially when he played in the RLs as well. So
2 games played this summer as well, and what? That's Riven?
What?
Riven in the top
Broken
lane
Blade?
for Broken Blade. Okay.
Then the Silas can do a lot more damage.
At least I prefaced it with a dumb question.
You did indeed. I suppose, that's a TARIC pick coming out of Fnatic. So going for the Kalista TARIC lane, very powerful. Obviously the TARIC will have a really strong ultimate up against the dive composition of G2. Now G2 have to adapt because that's almost like a wild card pick in a sense here, because now G2 probably we're looking at some kind of melee support, but I think a melee support might struggle a little bit here. Rakan obviously can dodge away from the TARIC stun, very mobile champion, and can follow up engage. I think that would be a pretty good pickup here for G2. And I think when you're looking at both these 2 comps holistically, there's just pure dive, pure fight, heavy skirmish. But that's a Pantheon.
Oh, let's give it even more. I love it. So we're adding some more globals into the mix for G2. They can play the sort of jump on you.
For Fnatic right now. And SK wanting to deal with that with the Braum.
Okay. Have we seen a Pyke in the LEC yet? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
I think this might be the first pick. And obviously there's a Hylissang pick, right? But I think this is the first time we've seen it this summer.
It is a massive Hylissang pick. Not only is he one of the best.
Comes through for Kire here in the jungle for Schalke. And we'll see what the final lock-in is. It is I thought it was a Kasing level troll here, but it is actually a ZILEAN lock-in for Schalke 04.
I like it. Okay, so the speed-ups from ZILEAN are really, really good with people like Ryze and Viego, Volibear. Gives you a decent lane as well with this Tristana.
Zoom out.
I see blood. I see so much blood all over the place. The LeBlanc, the Lee Sin, the Draven, the Diana, the Kalista, the Twisted Fate. They all want blood, Trevor.
Who's going to be able to pick it up? As Armored will have the
Nari's
last
very cute.
pick.
He doesn't want blood.
Okay, let's zoom out. So, a lot of skirmish power on
Top, so Vitality have full information now. They can look for some kind of counter pick.
Interesting. Big debate here. Obviously for Mundo, it's very easy to itemize if there is another AD threat that comes through from the side of Vitality. Rumble can do a lot of magic damage, but as you highlighted already, pretty big win percent drop on this patch. Generally a much weaker champion overall. Still can have big, consistent damage, but gonna be hard for him to do it. Now we see another AD threat locked in, and I like it. Given Sagenta the AATROX, if he can make it work in the matchup, obviously the Darkened Blade gonna be a little bit difficult, but with 3 potential knockups.
I would just be surprised if he picked VAYNE. I feel like that he's not the type of player to do it. I think that he's going to pick something a little bit more well-rounded for his team, but he is very limited in his options. Like, what does he really have left to go for? A lot of the main meta AD carries have been removed.
Oh, he does it! Come on! I might have been a bit loud there. I saw Mickey and Yankos both look over towards me. Oh, baby! Yes!
All right. I think they'll be looking for roaming support as well, just because they have the 6, and this champion has been very much about roaming around the map. Now, Limit in the past, has he not played Jarvan in the bot lane as well, if I'm not mistaken?
Checking very, very quickly right now, or at least this summer. Cannot see one. I will go all year long as I continue to take
The game present, but when paired up with a Syndra, you do have a couple more options at your disposal. Let's now see how Fnatic answer, because SK, their comp, they do have... Oh, we are going to get the Rengar from Fnatic.
No way.
Is it going to be a Rengar jungle? We're going to get a Rengar jungle for Bwipo. Oh, this was all part of the plan, Medic. That's what it was.
Playing it all those
he was playing
years
it
ago.
top. It was all he was setting up for this pretty well, given that her ability to burst a single target down is always going to be relevant as the game progresses. They're going to pair that up with a Graves.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the first Graves of the LEC that we have seen so far, and it is going to be in the hands of Elyoya. I believe Graves did get some buffs recently. I don't know if it was this patch or if it was last patch. I want to say that he got like +2 AD.
But I've seen a lot of Trundle support in high-elo solo queue. A lot of pro players are playing Trundle support with Hail of Blades.
Really have to debate, have to find that success pick for leader. I'm still not convinced by Akali on this patch. Obviously, she can still do a lot of the Akali things, but it was pretty heavy hits when it comes to the last.
Lee Sin is really good into LeBlanc. Syndra setup is great.
Reckless has played the Syndra as well before.
Lissandra as well. Really powerful champion to LeBlanc. Something that just slipped my mind right there. Lissandra picked up. We've seen this counter into LeBlanc. It's a very hard matchup for her. And I don't think there is any AD jungler left unless you want to go for Nocturne, Jarvan. Diego's already taken off the board 3 AD bans. I think they're going to have to go maybe just double AP mid jungle.
No, I think Elyoya was the Graves player.
Graves could be an option. That could also be an option, and it's locked in. We've seen a lot of Zac. We've seen a lot of Zac in the world. We've seen Karsa play it, SOFM, Canyon, Tarzan. A lot of players have been playing Zac recently.